Welcome to Xperia Gamer, guys. So for those of you who follow us regularly know, just as well as our games, we love our gadgets. So we've got a Sony Xperia S, and unlike the legendary Xperia Play, it doesn't have a beautiful PlayStation pad hidden underneath. So this makes some of the PlayStation certified and Android games a little difficult to play. So we thought we'd give this a try, the Gametel gamepad. This is a Bluetooth controller which essentially clamps onto your phone and turns any generic smartphone into, I guess, an Xperia Play type games console. Connects via Bluetooth, and of course you've got your trigger buttons, your D-pads and everything. As soon as we clamp it in, you can see that especially with the Xperia S, the one issue we have is the clamp pushes the volume keys. A little bit annoying, but you can't blame Gametel because obviously everybody puts their keys in different places. So you'll need to download their app for it to work on your Android smartphone. So if you download the app, there is some cool little bits, like I was mentioning the disable the volume buttons, so this won't now press the volume buttons while I'm using the gamepad. And you do have to have the drivers installed, so it will change from the gamepad to the keyboard and vice versa. But there's a nice little tidy tab here which shows you a list of games that are available on Android market for this device. Essentially like what the Xperia Play launcher offers. Anyway, the reason for making this video is to show some games. So most importantly is the PlayStation Pocket, PlayStation certified experience. So you will find that these games work absolutely fine on the Gametel gamepad, with the only restriction that obviously the Gametel pad does not have the dual analog sticks. But for most PlayStation classics like this one, Driver and Ridge Racer and Rayman and Crash Bandicoot, all those games, is that you don't actually need the analog sticks anyway. The analogs weren't really implemented until the PSP and PS2 anyway. So it works absolutely fine. There was no programming or key mapping required for this. It just worked straight away out of the box. The only thing I had to do was obviously hide the virtual gamepad so you didn't have it on the screen as well. So when it comes to the Android games themselves, I think it's safe to say that most of the Xperia Play optimized titles from Android market and other places will work fine on this setup with the Gametel pad. So games like Sleepy Jack, Cordy, and including some of the higher end titles like Riptide GP and a few others. But as I've already mentioned, as you don't have the dual analog sticks, it will exclude some of the more higher end console experience titles like Shadowgun or Dead Space, Modern Combat from Gameloft, games like that. But any of them that require the traditional D-pad, action keys, trigger buttons, they work absolutely great. I mean, as you can see here, Riptide looks pretty goddamn good on the HD display. Some others include obviously the Sega titles. You've got Sonic, you've got Sonic CD, Sonic 4 Episode 1, and obviously Episode 2 is coming around the corner. And not forgetting one of our favourite games on Android, which is Virtua Tennis. So I've already mentioned Shadowgun. I did want to demonstrate how this works, because you can still play it with the Gametel pad using the D-pad, but when it comes to aiming you would need your finger on the screen to use the analog. So it is playable depending on how you'd feel about the setup. But then if we take Grand Theft Auto for example, for some reason this just does not work at all I was under the impression that the Gametel pad will match up the same as the Xperia Play control buttons, but they don't for some reason. As you can see, I can walk around, but that is it. No more. And lastly, I'll be an idiot if I didn't try it on the emulators. It's safe to say that the Gametel pad does come up with all the emulators on the key mapping software, so you can use it for your N64, your SNES, your Mega Drive, your Commodore, your Amiga, your Neo Geo, whatever you want to use it for. It will read the key maps and you can lay them out absolutely fine. I could do this video for about 20 minutes showing you all the different emulators and ROMs available, but I thought I'd just show you one of my favourites. SNES 9X, bit of Super Mario World, ultimate absolute fun. Don't forget guys, for more Xperia Play and PlayStation certified stuff, please visit our website, xperiagamer.com, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.